appreciate all of you guys who've been following and supporting me and encouraging me. We're all doing this. We're all doing it. Much love to everybody. Hey, I'm full of humbleness, gratitude, and love, and I'll never get tired of thanking and loving and encouraging people to love, because love is the highest vibration there is. Love is the only thing that can conquer the things that we see engulfing this planet. And actually, it is changing it. But love is the key. It's cliche, but it's true. And this is what I'm all about. This is what I will always be about. This is in my soul, and I know it's in everyone's soul who is watching me. And let's spread that love. Love is infectious when it's projected in the correct way. Because sometimes there are those of us who use fear and love in the same sentence, and that leads me to my next discussion. Someone had asked me, Astral Boo, don't you fear God? And honestly, what is my mantra? I am you, you are me, we are everything that we see. If I were to say that I fear God, that would mean that I fear you. That would mean that I fear leaving this world. I fear everything there is. And I don't. I have a love, a reverence, a respect, and honor for God. And this is nothing but the truth. I'm one of those people, and I've always been this way. I genuinely have this thing where I want to get along with everybody, give respect to everyone. Because even when I was going through the roughest period in my life, I always treated everyone with kindness, honor, and respect. Of course, not everybody gives me that, but that's not the point. The point is what I give and what I still give to this very day. Now, don't get me wrong, I can be just like anybody else. We all have the potential to, go on that other side, but that's not where I'm trying to go. That's not what I'm about. But the real question should be, how could anyone fear something that they love? How could anyone fear something that they honor? How could anyone fear something that they respect? When I was a little boy, my relationship with authority was one of fear, because as a little boy you really don't know any better, and you are immature in your thought process and the way you go about viewing and seeing the world. And so, yeah, you walk around with fear of getting spanked if you got out of line, or, this is the kind of relationship we tend to have with our parents when we're children and immature. But that relationship changes when we become mature and wiser and older. So, as a child, I feared the repercussions from my mother if I had done something that she did not approve of. But as an adult, my relationship with my mother is not one of fear, it's one of honor, love, and respect. This is how I see God, you, me, and everything that we see. There is no fear of things that you know are an extension of self. I say it all the time. One of the reasons why the planet has been the way it has been for so long is because of fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of someone that you've been told is different than you, or you've been programmed to believe is different from you. Fear of failure, fear of not being loved, fear of being judged, fear of persecution, fear of terrorists, fear. Fear is not of God. That is not a God. I don't care what anyone says. It's just not. It's not. I think when we get to that point and really understand that God is a force of unconditional love. It wasn't until we had fallen away from or disconnected from that flow of unconditional love that the ego created these things. Now, some people may think that what I'm saying is blasphemous, and I happen to see it totally different. I don't feel and never have accepted that God should be worshipped, because again, worshiping something is a symptom of egotism. Jesus, the being Jesus, the story of Jesus, from my perspective, even as a little boy, a snotty-nosed little boy, I always saw it as, oh, this is a being who came to earth to teach the people how to unlock their Christ potential. I don't believe that Jesus came to earth to be worshipped, because if he came to earth to be worshipped, he could have kept us in heaven to do that. This was my thinking. This is a 8-year-old kid thinking this. And so now that I'm old and wise and have had profound experiences and revelations, I see it the same way but tenfold. Putting beings and people and celebrities and putting others who are an extension of you, an equal extension of you, on a pedestal is really a form of putting yourself down. You are not exalting yourself in God and Goddesshood. God exists within. We would not be able to animate. We wouldn't be existing if for it not be for the fact that God dwells within. And many of us give all the power to devils and demons. I talk about it all the time. It's too much giving power to devils and demons. People are not keeping their godhood and their goddesshood. They're not owning it. We are not owning it. I love, I honor, and I respect God. And God loves honor, and respects us. It's not until we disconnect from God that we perceive and co-create an ego, a shell, a bubble of confusion, chaos, fear. I really don't know what can be said to help people to understand how powerful we all are. From a human perspective, we are supernatural beings, but from a God or God is mind perspective, we simply are. That's just who we are and have always been. But we've lost sight of this. And this is why we are here, to help remind those of us who have forgotten and who have lost sight. I remember having a spontaneous out-of-body experience one time, and the heaviness and the density or the denseness or density of the physical vessel was so nasty. It's the best word I can think of. It just felt nasty. And I realized that at that point that we are in such an unnatural state when we incarnate here. Imagine being weightless, a form of light, a conscious light being, and being encompassed in 1,000-ton granite, and every fiber of that granite is intertwined with every cell of your light structure. It's the best way I can describe it. That is amazing. People cannot conceive having that kind of existence where you're so supernatural and so amazing that you could project your consciousness into something that is horrifically unnatural to your natural state of consciousness. And you're here. We're here. Just being here is success in itself. So I'm just saying all these things to say that let's start owning our God and Goddesshood and stop giving fear, devils, and demons all of our power. Because as long as we continue to do this, this is the kind of reality we're going to create for ourselves. It's all about oneness. It's all about unconditional love, immeasurable love, the highest vibration there is. And when it's all said and done, fear has no place, no room. Idol worshiping has no place, no room in the fold of infinite consciousness and infinite love. It just does not have a place. And this is what this place is all about. What I share with you guys from here and what you share from where you are. And I thank you. That's all I have to say, everybody. And as always, you are loved beyond measure, and happy travel.